We are at a not-so-spooky fall spectacular something.
Yeah, fall festival at the Marion Therapeutic Riding Association.
Yes, I'm not sure where we are, but somewhere in Marion County. So let's go see the horses and see what kind of fun stuff they got.
Oh yeah, and it is October 7th, 2023.
All right, so we went to the event called the Not So Spooky Fall Festival at the Marion Therapeutic Riding Association. And so we're narrating our visit because there was a lot of music and we don't want to violate any copyright rules.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna talk. So Marion County Fire Rescue was there, as you can see. And what was the first thing we did, Robin?
Went to see the horses.
The horses, because this is a therapeutic riding association. The very, very cool science about this is that people who need therapy, maybe for post-traumatic stress disorder or other things, they somehow get that therapy simply by being around and by riding horses. Isn't that a cool thing to think about?
Oh, I know. It is really, really amazing. And it goes beyond the mental focus. They also help stroke victims, paralysis victims, spinal cord injuries, amputees. Oh, yeah.
That's
people
physical.
with head trauma. Yeah, it is pretty amazing.
Yeah, so there was a car show going on there. The horses weren't really on display. They were there on the farm, I guess you would say. And so we went to visit them. And the one you just saw there was named Spencer, by the way.
Yeah.
And I was warned that he bites.
Yeah.
So I didn't put my fingers near him.
No apples for Spencer.
But the reason he bites, and not because he's mean, but because he was a show horse, and there were his trainer always gave him a treat whenever he did something. So now he's always expecting a treat. So he's not really biting; he's looking for a treat. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, one little girl, and look at the children trying to feed. Now, this one is not Spencer, right? Or this one is. No, this is. No, this is a different one.
Yes, that's a different one.
So confused. Okay, yeah, this is a different one. This is Mr. Ed.
And the mom was there. She was trying to help the little boy, and she decided that his fingers might have been too little, so she took over the feeding of him later on.
Yeah, the horse was, they were trying to feed him grass.
And you had to watch where you stepped when you were walking, because where we parked our car all the way to the event and through the event, you know, there was
horse duty.
Horse duty, yep. Look
Lots
at that.
of horse duty.
At that. And the Marion Therapeutic Riding Association gave all the horses costumes. I mean, those aren't, they're normal markings.
yeah, there's no skeleton marked on that white horse.
Yeah, or like lightning bolt or something.
So I guess they painted him or something for Halloween. It's kind of a fun idea, huh?
Yeah, I thought it was very fun.
But we have a long history with the Marion Therapeutic Riding Association, because years ago when Robin and I did the radio show, do I hear sirens?
Yeah.
Oh, that's in the real world here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We had the Therapeutic Riding Association people on the air to talk about what they do, and we spoke to the veterans who had benefited from the program, and quite a few people. We got to know them pretty well.
And all of the people working with the Marion Therapeutic Riding Association, they're all volunteers, and they give their time, their expertise. They have they have an equine veterinarian on staff there, so that way the horses are all physically fit to help the people. We understand that the youngest that is going for therapy is 4. And age 4 years old, and the oldest is age 78, and everybody in between.
So this horse, I don't know the horse's name, but I wanted to get a nice shot of him because it was so pretty. But I kept the brown one had his butt to the camera, so I figured, well, it is what it is.
Well, sure, and I was thinking, well, maybe he was going to poop or something.
Oh, now here's the brown one from the front, and check this out. He is missing a right eye.
Yeah.
There's no eye there. There's a hole. And that young man was petting the horse. And I thought maybe he knew the horse, and I asked him some questions. He had a bee bothering him right there.
Yeah, he said he was volunteering today to help out with the event, as was his sister, which was on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, so he didn't know how the horse lost its eye, but he clearly loved this horse.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It was so beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were telling us a little bit, him and I assume his sister. His sister is not been in the picture yet, but she was standing off to the side. They were telling us about these horses off in the distance, and they were saying there was a 3-legged horse on the property also.
Oh, and there are some of the names on the different paddocks that the horses live in. It's a huge expanse of property, and it is part of the Marjorie Harris Carr Cross Florida Greenway. So that's where this property sits.
I didn't know that.
So it's always going to be there. So I think that's pretty amazing.
That's not a horse.
No.
That's a cow. That's a cow.
And that's his baby laying in the grass there.
His baby?
Or her baby.
Her
That's
baby.
right. Her baby laying in the grass.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, this is the fun one. They have a game, a contest, and you have to bet on where the horse,
Yes.
where the horse will take a dump.
That's right.
So you bet money on each square, and there's a name for that game, like Poop Bingo or something like that.
Yeah, poop bingo. Poop bingo.
So there was a pile, and I have no idea who won. They must have done that earlier in the day, or maybe even at a different event. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that could have been. That could have been.
So there were these displays. People were selling things like these chimes made out of bottles, and there were people selling jewelry, little things like that you might see at a craft show. So it was kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
And I'm guessing it was all to help raise money for the Therapeutic Riding Association.
Yeah, because this event was free. Nobody was charged for parking. Nobody was charged entry fees. So whatever they made was from the vendors that came to set up shop here.
Yeah. If you want to learn more about them, by the way, we'll put the website up at the end, and I'll put it in the comments or the information part underneath the video. There was also an overhead covered area, and in the covered area, which we're walking to here, there was some martial arts demonstrations going on. It was kind of cool.
Oh, very cool to watch these young people. Yeah.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. It's a way to learn discipline and everything else that goes along with martial arts. So.
And as you can see, there is a dog in the background, so it is a dog-friendly event. So there were people there with their animals. Some of the animals did have costumes on, by the way.
One of the ladies, as we were leaving, she was helping the cars. She was helping escort the cars out of the parking lot. She told us that her daughter was I don't know if you say a student or a client, but her daughter is attending the Therapeutic Riding Association.
Yeah, she's getting help. So that's what really warms our hearts, is that it's just so amazing to realize that as large as horses are, that they are so gentle and they connect with humans. We were speaking with a veteran one day, and he goes and he has his therapy done with the horses. And he said that when the veterans come and anybody else that needs help, you walk through the barns, walk into the fields with the horses, and then all of a sudden, one particular horse will connect with that human, and they don't ever understand why. But and then you're bonded throughout your whole therapy session with that one horse.
That is really, I guess it's a mystery. It's kind of one of God's little secrets that we don't really understand quite. But I remember him telling us that.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. Bowing.
This girl.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with her in any place.
Yeah, and I love her red pants. She's just, so exact.
Yeah, she's got the look.
Yeah.
And the kick.
Yeah, don't mess with her.
And the punch, the jab. Boom. Can you imagine just so easily kicking over your head? If I tried to do that right now, I'd fall over.
Oh, me too. Or else I get a bad cramp and I would stay in that position.
Oh my gosh.
But this is pretty amazing. It's a great sport. It's a great skill. And we're always told by the senseis or the instructors that, they learn this discipline. They learn how to defend themselves, but they don't go picking fights. And that's another cool element to this.
Unless you watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Then you know that some of them break that rule. On Cobra Kai. Yeah, there was a lot of people there just enjoying the day. It was a beautiful day, and Marion County is a very horse-centric county. Ocala I guess it's Ocala, or is it Marion County? One of them is known as Horse Country of the World.
Horse capital
Horse
of the world.
capital of
Yeah,
the world.
Marion County, horse
Is
capital.
is it the county?
County.
So, yeah, and we have like one of the largest horse facilities. We've got several of them. We got the Florida Horse Park. Mm-hmm. We've got the World Equestrian Center.
In the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion.
Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. And there are horse farms everywhere. In fact, where Robin and I live, I'm pretty sure this used to be a horse farm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, for sure. And it isn't just thoroughbreds. It's not just racing horses. They have Andalusians. They have Appaloosas. They have all Tennessee Walkers. Gosh.
And what was the other one?
And
Paso.
those Pasafinos.
Pasafinos, yeah.
Yeah, and so they're all different farms, horse farms, and all of the horse farm people seem to get along with each other. They have a variety of horses.
Yeah.
And they all support each other. It's pretty amazing. Oh, there I am. Hello.
By the way,
Hello.
if you visit Ocala, if you're visiting Marion County, do a little bit of research, maybe online or maybe maybe there's a brochure at your hotel if you're staying in a hotel. See if you can set up a tour of one of the horse farms. Mm-hmm. There are a number of them that give tours, and they do it quite frequently. So, and I don't know much about them other than they do them. And so it is. Hey, it's fun. If you have kids, little girls love horses. So.
Oh yeah.
And if you're staying at the Hilton, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but there's a horse in the backyard there.
That's right, named Buddy.
A Clydesdale, yeah.
Yeah, and they bring Buddy out, and this is the Ocala Hilton Hotel on the exit of I-75 and Highway 200.
Right, there's more than one Hilton, right?
And it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
So
ooh, look at that.
Check it. This is like I don't know if this was a tow truck or what this was, but this was when I was a kid. There used to be this like fad thing. You buy these cards called Rat Fink cards.
I remember.
Do you remember the
those?
Rat Fink
Sure.
cards?
Yeah.
And they would always have these wild cars with rats. And so that's what this reminded me of. And it really did, even before I saw the rats. They're not real. They're rubber. But
I'm glad of that.
let's see if I got my camera aimed right.
Yeah, I see him.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, you zoomed in on him.
But yeah, do you remember those Rat Fink cards?
Oh, I do.
I
do.
What the
Rat
heck was that
Finks,
about?
Yeah.
That must have been the Cabbage Patch Kids of our day. Huh?
I think so. Well, isn't that what that motorcycle gang was called in those beach blanket bingo movies with Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon? Those biker guys, what they call
the Rat Finks?
The Rat Finks or
Really?
something like that. Yeah.
So that's what it comes from then.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The Rat Finks. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's another one.
This is another rat.
Oh, it just makes my skin crawl. I know it's a fake one, but I don't like rats and I don't like mice.
Don't like mice, don't like rats, but she loves bunny rabbits. They're all rodents. And there's Life South. We have a good connection with them too.
Yeah, Life South Community Blood Centers. They're pretty amazing. You donate blood, you can help save lives. Every January they have a 5K run for children and for adults. It's a sanctioned run, and it is pretty amazing.
Robin was donating blood when she was 17. Mm-hmm. I didn't start donating blood till I was 40. So, yeah, she was donating for a very long time. And if I'm going to be honest, I was afraid. I didn't want to bleed into something. And then the first time I did it, I guess I was nervous, but then I got over it. There's a puppy dog right there.
Yeah, isn't he a cutie? Oh, he looks like he needs some water. I like those ladies.
So, yeah, there were a few people walking around in costumes, and we managed to get a few of them on tape.
A lot of the children had costumes on. This was the indoors after the karate demonstration. They had games for little children.
You
like
know,
the hula hoops.
One of the
they lit
things that is kind of interesting about Halloween is how, when we were kids, the costumes weren't all about like missing limbs and chainsaws cutting off heads and skulls well, maybe there was skulls back then, but most of the costumes were like, I'm going to be a policeman, I'm going to be a cowboy, I'm going to be a pilot or a stewardess or a princess.
Cinderella. Because we always had those plastic masks to go on our faces, too.
Maybe a ghost, okay?
Yeah.
A ghost. But now it's so crazy. There's so much, and the reason this is important is because some of the children are truly petrified, terrified is probably a better word.
Oh, certainly.
Of some of the costumes. And
That's
so
right.
that's why you go to an event like this, the not so spooky
Yeah, not so spooky Halloween events.
Yeah.
Specifically for children. She was so cute. She's Shrek's wife.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that's what she was doing.
Yeah. She's Shrek's wife, and that's Shrek.
And I chose Laffy Taffy, that right there.
Oh, yeah, and I chose
So sticky.
the gummy stuff. Yeah,
It
look
was
at Shrek.
so sticky.
Woo, this lady was so nice.
Yeah. I like when a pretty lady walks into the picture.
Yeah, especially if she's got wings.
So we walked to the back here. There, you'll see in a little bit. There's a hayride going on, and the kids went on the ride. It looked like they had a lot of fun. There was this big, tall tree there too. I wanted to show you. And at the base of the tree were some Halloween things like fake tombstones and ghosts. Well, that's a mummy right there, I guess.
Yeah. And spider webs around the tree with a spider crawling on it.
And it was a daytime event. I suppose you can tell that.
Yeah.
So not so spooky, right?
That's right, exactly. And they, before we got there, it started at 10 and we got there at noon. They had a sensory-friendly trick-or-treating in the very beginning for children with autism. So that was pretty amazing. Just, and the only people that knew about that were the people that had autistic children because you can't have lights and sounds and things like that. So they really did a good job here. That's fun. I'd like to get some tires and put that in my backyard.
Are you going to try doing it?
Yeah.
I watched those kids doing this, and I thought if I did that, that's the end of me. I'm falling off. Watch how good she does this. Watch one after another, just no problem at all. Jumping and hopping, and even she's almost losing her balance. So I'm going to lose my balance if I try to do that.
Yeah, and they're not rigid. They fold down under your weight.
I didn't realize that. So that's even worse.
Yeah, so they're not. Not. Well, that little guy, he doesn't weigh anything, so you can't tell. But watch if she jumps.
I see it. Yeah.
You'll see her. It's not rigid. See?
Oh yeah, pushes down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think I might make it too.
I would fall off in the first one.
Down.
Now that I know they collapse like that. My gosh.
And it was look at her. It was such a big spread out event. They utilized a lot of the paddocks and a lot of the rings, and the horses that were in the paddocks didn't seem skittish or anything. Of course, they're used to people being therapy horses. And they all have some age on them, the horses.
Look like it, yeah. Looked like they were not like little young ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had this whole back area here where they were doing little games. They had other games also in the covered pavilion where you saw the martial arts kids.
Right.
But back here, I guess there's a big old field that's all overgrown, and that's where they took the kids on the hay rides.
I like this little guy. He had, he was walking around all the time we were there with his total face covered.
And a mask, yeah.
Yeah. He was kind of neat.
Yeah. And that's the trailer that they bring the horses to different places. That's from the Marion Therapeutic Riding Association, if you ever see them out there. And again, I don't know how they survive financially, but if you're feeling in some way, by the way, Rob and I have nothing to do with them. We don't benefit at all. I like the sign.
Yeah, me too.
55 smiles per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, if you want to help them, we'll give you the information so you can do that. And I don't want you to think that we are somehow benefiting from it. We are benefiting from it because we're helping you help them. So
yeah,
that makes our world a better place.
And this whole back area here, as they're waiting for the hayride to start, where you saw the sign, Smiles 55 miles per hour.
Smiles,
55 miles per hour.
Smiles.
These are all a bunch of wind chimes. There's a sign over there that has a Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star poem. So that area in itself is used for little children to do sensory things and therapy things with licensed therapists. I mean, they have this wonderful, wonderful team of people there.
Yeah, one of these days, maybe we'll go out and do an interview with the people who can talk about what they do specifically. But we thought we would just go visit them and see the fun stuff, and it was a fun event to see. And we knew the great work that they do. In fact, when Robin looked up the names of the people who run it now, because from way back when we first learned about them, those people are no longer there.
Right.
And there are other people now running it, and we know them too.
Yeah.
We didn't see them there today, but they are, yeah.
But we met a lot of the other volunteers. So nice. Oh, here he comes.
Here comes the tractor. The tractor pulling the hayride. And he was explaining, I guess they were changing shifts with drivers.
Yeah, because the lady was doing the next one.
The lady in yellow.
Yeah.
She became the next driver. It's like when you take a Greyhound bus someplace. They change drivers every 200 miles.
Oh, sure. But this was a lot of fun. The people that were there waiting for the hayride, they were all polite and everything. They were talking to their children. Well, we'll have the ones at the end of the line. We'll wait for the next one. And in the meantime, they were chatting it up with their kids, and the kids were just having a fabulous time.
So, yeah, it was fun to watch this. And it kind of reminded me, this part right here kind of reminded me of, like, when they used to have those trains at drive-in movie theaters. Mm-hmm. Or remember we went to that zoo up in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And they had a train ride. So it sort of reminded me of that.
Turtleback Zoo.
Yeah, Turtleback, right.
Yeah, nice zoo. But this is really, really wonderful. I'm all excited.
You know, it's amazing what you can do, like with some makeshift stuff. We went to an event at Stephen Foster, and they also had a train ride, and they made the train cars out of 50-gallon drums. Mm-hmm. And I don't know exactly what else they did. Put wheels on them, I guess.
Yeah, they needed that.
Yeah.
And then off they went. You couldn't put an adult in there, but you could put children
Right.
in there.
Put
So
a little child and a dog. Yeah. So.
But Marion Therapeutic Riding Association, along with the other therapeutic riding associations in our area, they always do such a wonderful, wonderful service to people in need.
I never really, I'll just take away the word really. I never learned how to ride a horse. Mm-hmm. I think I've actually been on a horse twice in my life.
Uh-huh.
Once I think it was a trail ride I went on, some camping trip. And so I got on the horse, and the horse kind of just followed. I didn't do anything. And then the second time was at a friend's house. They had a horse, and I got on the horse, and it was horrible. In fact, the sister of the friend said to me, "Everybody who gets on a horse looks good except for you."
Oh, no.
You're the only one who doesn't look good on a horse.
Well, you're probably nervous.
I have no idea what I was doing. It's a big animal.
That little boy was playing a game. It was a game on the fence. He had to push different things.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a fun day for the kids and the parents who took some time out of their Saturday to bring their children there. Mm-hmm. They had a good time too. You could tell the parents were enjoying it.
Oh, certainly. And I love all the little touches that they made.
Just little things, yeah.
Yeah.
Little things mean a lot.
And those mushrooms you can sit on too. What? For the children,
really?
Not the adults. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I checked them out. Oh, look at that. The witch's hat on a pumpkin. That's a pretty clever idea.
Yeah.
That's a very clever idea.
Witch's hat on a pumpkin.
Oh, there's this guy.
And this guy. You see these guys all the time. Where do you see them? Like at car dealerships and things like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He was the one outside of the Life South bus and at the event that we went to.
I just think they're a lot of fun. We should get one for our yard.
Jeez. You're right. Anyway, so I think from this point on, I think we walked through the car show, and we didn't get photos or videos of every single car, but there were kind of a lot of cool looking cars in there, old looking cars like that one. This guy had something weird in the back window. It was this thing.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's that thing from Ice Age that was over the acorn, the Ice Age cartoon movie. I just thought those were the most funnest movies. I really did.
That's a cool looking thing.
Yeah, that looks pretty neat. Flat nose.
Flat nose, yeah. Yeah.
I love their costumes. They're all shiny.
Yeah, we got them to do a little pose for us.
Yeah.
And then that car right there was actually 3 wheels. It's got one in the back, 2 in the front. Mm-hmm. It's got a name. Is that Spider or something?
Spider.
Spider?
Yeah, they called it a Spider. There they are. And the little boy was kind of shy.
Yeah.
So he went in behind.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the owner of the Spider, he said, would you children like to sit in there?
Right.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I think that car looks familiar.
Yeah, it does.
It shows you how old I am.
That one looks
If an
sharp.
old car looks familiar, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty old.
And they did have trophies to give away at the end of the day. The event was going on until 3. And then they had different kinds.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. We have an actual ending that we did, but we did have a good time. We'll put the information here at the end after you see us again, and it'll show you the website for the Marion Therapeutic Riding Association. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. God bless.
Well, I hope you liked the visit to the Marion Therapeutic Riding Association's
Not so spooky.
Not So Spooky
Fall Festival.
Yeah, that's what it was.
2023.
The kids looked like they were having a good time.
Oh, yeah. They were all in costume, and that made it nice. And the hayride was amazing.
And it really is a great organization. It's amazing how much or how therapeutic a relationship between a human and an animal can be, whether it's a horse or a dog or a donkey.
That's right.
I'm not so sure it works with all animals.
But those horses are very special. They help a lot of people overcome whatever each person needs to overcome. So thank you so much.
And just so, I don't know if we mentioned it earlier, but you know, the veterans also often are clients, I guess you would say, of the therapeutic riding groups. The one we went to today is just one of several.
Yes.
But and I have spoken to some of the veterans who will swear up and down that it made a huge difference for them to be riding those horses.
Yeah, huge difference. And God bless our veterans and the help that they receive in all ways.
So it's very cool. All right, kids, hope you liked it.
Take care, be good. Don't forget to write.
Riding is very important.
And the
world spins fine,
on her own.
baby. The world spins fine on her own.